With the release of the Nintendo Switch that just released a couple of weeks ago, coming from their most failed console of all time, that's the Wii U. It seems that Nintendo is basically coming back with vengeance. They doing very, very well across all regions. Sold over 1.5 million in this first week. That's a good sign with Nintendo. That's a really good sign. I'm really proud of them for that. But in order for Nintendo to have a long-term success instead of a short-term success, they need to do the complete opposite of what they did with the Wii U. I've been saying this for a very long time. And, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about the games. If we don't have games to play, then we're going to have another Wii U situation. We're going to have a drought like we did with the Wii U, and it was very, very frustrating. So basically, I just want to talk to y'all guys with the Nintendo Switch situation, with some of these other stuff that just came about with the Rime situation, with the pricing of some of these indie games, in which it's not fair. If you want to compare the prices with the PS4 and Xbox One versions versus the Switch version. So that's what I want to talk to y'all guys about today. So y'all just stay tuned. If y'all been living under the rock these past few days and y'all want to know exactly what's been going on inside this Nintendo community, what's going on inside the Switch community, then I have a rule of awakening for y'all guys, because you won't be happy with the stuff I'm about to discuss. Okay, the ROM. Okay, I'm still a little salty about the price. $40 for an indie game. And, you know, it took a few days for the developer to come out and explain why this game is a little bit higher. It's not just Rime. You got Puyo Tetris. You got the Bottom Isaac. It's more expensive, and it just go on and on and on. And all this got me to think: will this send a new trend for these third-party companies to basically do with the Nintendo Switch owners? Because if it is, then Nintendo needs to wake up and say something before it gets really worse. So I want to talk to y'all about that situation. So basically, if y'all want to know exactly what is the issue and why these games are more expensive on the Nintendo Switch, here's an article explaining on why it is the way it is. So basically, ROM developer Tequila Works announced that its stylish adventure game would be available for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC on May 26th. The game will cost $30 at launch on the PS4 and the Xbox One, but when it arrives on the Switch shortly afterwards, Nintendo fans will have to pay $40 for a copy of the game. There are no added features or special modes in the Switch version. It's just more expensive. Eurogamer inquired about the price discrepancy last week and received the following response from publisher and Greybox. We set our price for our products based on its cost of development and publishing for each specific platform. It wasn't much of an answer, but didn't stop Eurogamer from digging any deeper. First of all, the Switch cartridges cost more to manufacture than the Blu-ray discs used by Sony and Microsoft on the PS4 and Xbox One. Secondly, as Eurogamer has been informed, higher capacity cartridges are more expensive to produce than smaller carts. So a 32GB cartridge will cost more than a 16GB, and so on. This forces developers to make difficult decisions regarding the size of their games. As for Tequila Works or Greybox, can simply charge less for an eShop version of the game on the Switch. Eurogamer claims that Nintendo's policies requires game makers to charge identical prices for their physical and digital copies of the games, so as not to rock the boat with brick or mortar retailers. After reading this article, it got me to think, are we going to go through this situation again, Nintendo? I just don't understand what's going on. Like, I still see a lot of potential with this console. I still think this console is going to do well. I still think it's going to do fantastic because it's a very innovative console / handheld, however you want to play this. And one thing Nintendo is doing really great is their marketing. I see a Nintendo Switch on every station you could think of. Their marketing campaign is great. Their advertising is in theaters. I see billboards, I see buses with Nintendo Switches logos on there. Like, they're doing a great job with their marketing. But as far as their consumer relations, as far as their third-party relations, are they going to basically keep us in the dark again? Is Nintendo basically going to force their consumers to basically eat up that cost just because Nintendo decided to roll with a 32GB cartridge? So I kind of understand, coming from third parties that yes, it costs more to make these games on a console that we might get the least amount of sales. So that's probably why they kind of bumped the price up a little bit. So what Nintendo needs to do for us not to have these ongoing issues. First of all, in order for Nintendo and third parties and the Nintendo fan base to be satisfied, I think it's in Nintendo's best interest to eat up some of that cost so that the Nintendo consumers won't have to do it for them. Because if we continuously and do this for Nintendo, then pretty soon the Nintendo fan base is going to disappear, especially when it comes to third parties. Like, we had this issue, well, we had a similar issue to this a long time ago with the Nintendo 64. You know, the games cost the same, like as far as some of the multiplayer that they got on the Nintendo 64, but at the same time they did not get a lot of games because of Nintendo sticking with the cartridge, in which it costs a lot more money to develop games for. And we kind of going through this similar situation. They are biting their tongue developing these games for the Switch, but since it costs more money, we gotta pay out of our pockets, people. So what is Nintendo going to do about this in the unseen future? That's basically my concern about this. I really hope that this does not send a trend, but it worries me to even think about this. So people, y'all just give me y'all thoughts and y'all concerns or opinions about this this little situation that we're going through with some of these games that's costing more on a Switch version. Do y'all think that's fair? Or some of y'all thinking that, well, you get two versions, you get a handheld and a console, so I'm really not pissed off about that. But let's just be fair, man. Nintendo and third parties and Nintendo fans, it's just been a rocky relationship these past few years. So y'all just give me y'all thoughts and y'all opinions on how y'all feel about this situation as a whole. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Google Plus and Twitter, and once again, this is your boy Rime27, and y'all have a good day. Peace.